Mindful parenting, mindful love. To love is to be there. Love begins with arrival. Before wise advice, before solutions, before promises to change, there is the simple act of showing up with our whole body and our whole attention. Thich Nhat Hanh says in True Love that to love is, above all, to be there. He also teaches in The Art of Communicating that the most precious gift we can offer another person is our true presence. Presence is not a poetic extra, it is the substance of love. When we are truly present for a partner or a child, our face softens, our breath steadies, and our nervous system becomes a safe harbor where the other person can rest. In that steady field, understanding is possible, and understanding is the other name of love. This sounds simple, and it is, but it is not always easy. Many of us carry a powerful habit of running toward goals, running away from discomfort, running in our thoughts, even while our bodies remain in the same room as those we love. Mindfulness asks us to stop and come home. A single conscious breath, felt in the belly and released slowly, reunites body and mind. When we return to ourselves in this way, we have something real to offer: a calm tone, an open face, a listening heart. Thich Nhat Hanh calls this true presence, and he insists that it works like a miracle because it makes both people real in the same moment. Presence is love's first gesture, and it is also a practice that grows with training. We train by anchoring our attention in simple things we are already doing: breathing, walking, pouring tea, washing a dish. These ordinary moments teach the body what it feels like to live in the here and now. Then, when a child needs comfort or a partner comes home discouraged, the pathway to presence is already familiar. We do not need to invent calm. We only need to remember it. There is humility in this approach. Instead of trying to be the expert who fixes everything, we become the companion who can be with anything. We set down the need to win, persuade, or be right, and we take up the vow to stay awake with what is. This is how love matures. As Thich Nhat Hanh writes in True Love, love's joy and love's compassion grow together. Understanding is the ground from which both spring. Parenting as a path of practice. Parenting is one of the most intense schools for this training. It is tender, demanding, and constantly surprising. Thich Nhat Hanh says in A Rose for Your Pocket that the loving presence of a mother is a miracle for a child. The same can be said of a father's warm attention. Yet presence is not automatic. A child's tears, noise, and fierce needs can touch our own unhealed places. Without mindfulness, we answer those needs with irritation or control. With mindfulness, we learn to pause, to breathe, and to let our response be guided by understanding rather than by habit. Patience is the mark of this understanding. Thich Nhat Hanh reminds parents that impatience often blooms from not yet seeing deeply into a child's experience. When we stop and look, we notice the reasons beneath the behavior: the tiredness after school, the frustration of not having words yet, the fear of being left out. We do not excuse harmful actions, but we address their roots. A calm boundary offered with warmth teaches twice. It teaches what is skillful to do, and it teaches that love does not vanish when mistakes appear. This steady teaching is itself a spiritual practice, because it trains our own heart to be both strong and kind. One beautiful sentence can reshape a home. Do I understand you enough? Thich Nhat Hanh suggests that parents ask this directly and then listen. The question lowers the shield both ways. It tells the child, I am willing to learn you, and it reminds the parent, I am not finished learning. When a child feels that their inner world matters, they grow more able to share it. When a parent feels capable of learning, they grow less defensive and more creative. Mindful routines help. A few quiet breaths at the doorway before greeting a child after work can transform the atmosphere. There is a visible difference between a parent who arrives with scattered attention and one who arrives with a soft smile and grounded body. A short pause before meals, hands on the bowl, a simple thank you for the food and the many hands and clouds that brought it, teaches gratitude without lectures. Bedtime can be simplified to breath, story, kind word, where the body naturally signals safety. These are not rigid rules. They are small rituals of arrival, and children feel their power. There will be storms, a tantrum, a slammed door, a mistake that scares everyone. Mindfulness does not prevent weather. It teaches us how to be good sailors. When a storm rises, the parent's first task is to anchor in their own breath. Thich Nhat Hanh's guidance in anger is clear. Do not speak or act from heat. Walk, breathe, hold your emotion like a crying child, and wait for understanding to show you the right thing to do. Then you can return with a voice that belongs to love rather than to adrenaline. This discipline does more than avoid harm. It models for the child a way to meet their own big feelings. The child learns in their body that emotions are strong but workable, and that relationships can repair. Equanimity completes the circle. True parental love is spacious. It does not demand a return on investment. In the spirit of equanimity, we give because giving is our joy. We still set wise limits and ask for respect, but our care is not a contract. Thich Nhat Hanh connects this to the four immeasurable minds: loving kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity, reminding us that a parent nourishes all four, not only firmness or only softness. This balance grows a stable heart in the child and in the parent. Intimate love is spiritual practice, is spiritual. Romantic love often begins with brightness, an intensity of attention, and ease of joy. Then life returns to its ordinary speed, and we discover whether we know how to practice love when schedules are crowded and moods are mixed. Thich Nhat Hanh insists in true love that love is not merely a feeling, it is a daily practice. Its four elements are simple and demanding. Loving kindness is the ability to bring joy to the other. Compassion is the ability to relieve their suffering. Joy is the happiness that arises when the other is happy. Equanimity is the spaciousness that includes both of you as one field. To cultivate these elements, he offers the mantras of true love. They are not magic words. They are mindful commitments spoken aloud. Darling, I am here for you is the first. It means, I will train my attention for your sake. Darling, I know you are there, and I am happy, acknowledges the other's presence as a miracle, not a background condition. Darling, I know you suffer, and I am here for you, declares compassionate solidarity rather than fixing. Darling, I am suffering, and I need your help, is the courage to be vulnerable and to invite partnership. Practice sincerely, these sentences change the climate of a relationship. They water seeds of trust and make it easier to tell the truth. Communication is where love either grows or withers. Thich Nhat Hanh devotes an entire book, The Art of Communicating, to the skills that nourish connection, deep listening, and loving speech. Deep listening is a meditation with one purpose: to help the other suffer less. You listen not to argue, not to prepare your turn, but to understand what the world feels like from inside their skin. You keep some attention in your breath so you do not drown in their suffering or react to sharp words. Your listening says, you do not have to carry this alone. Loving speech is its partner. You speak truthfully and gently, choosing words that build confidence and hope. You refrain from speaking when anger is burning. You wait until your voice can be a bridge instead of a blade. Done consistently, these two practices restore trust even after difficult seasons. Mindfulness also helps love shed its tightness. Attachment and possessiveness shrink the other person into a role that serves our fear. Insight opens space. When you breathe and look deeply, you see that the one you love is a living river, not a possession. You also see that your happiness and theirs are. When they are free, you are more free. With this vision, you can set boundaries without punishing, and you can say no without hatred. Love becomes a wide home, not a cage. Thich Nhat Hanh often shares the Vietnamese pair Tin and Nghia. Tin is passionate love, bright, absorbing, and changeable. Nghia is enduring love, steady, grateful, and wise. Passion may fade and return in waves, but Nghia can grow for a lifetime because it is rooted in understanding and daily care. Two very simple practices make a big difference. The first is formal arrival. When you come together after being apart, even after a day of work, pause and greet each other with full attention. Set down the bag, close the laptop, feel your feet, look into the other's eyes, and allow a real smile. 30 seconds of sincere arrival can undo hours of drifting. The second is beginning anew, a Plum Village practice that keeps small knots from hardening. Once a week, share appreciations, then share one difficulty gently, then name one concrete intention for the coming days. No debate, just witnessing and goodwill. This rhythm waters trust so that harder conversations can take root without damage. Finally, love needs community. Two people alone under stress can begin to circle the same sore points. Practicing with friends, whether in a meditation group, a faith community, or a circle of wise elders, reminds us that our relationship is not an island. The shared bell of mindfulness, the shared meals in awareness, the shared stories of repair, all of this strengthens our capacity to stay present when our private storms arrive. Thich Nhat Hanh's vision of Sangha is not merely monastic. It is any gathering where people commit to supporting one another's awakening. Lovers who practice in community give their relationship a larger oxygen supply. The language of presence at home. Presence becomes real in the way we move through the rooms of our homes. Anxious footsteps and hurried voices print anxiety in the space. Slow steps and kind voices print peace. Thich Nhat Hanh suggests using bells of mindfulness, a kettle clicking off, the first ring of the phone, the sight of the front door, as reminders to come back to the body and the breath. When the bell sounds, stop for 3 breaths. Let your face soften. Then continue more humanly. Children learn this rhythm quickly, and so do weary adults. It is a gentle culture shift, not a rule. Meals are another place where presence does its quiet work. Sit down together when you can, even briefly, and make the first minute silent. Feel the bowl in your hands. Notice the colors on the plate. Remember the sun, rain, soil, and many hands that brought this food. Thich Nhat Hanh teaches in many places that the whole cosmos is in a piece of bread. When a family eats with this awareness, digestion is not only physical, it is emotional and relational. Harsh talk softens, gratitude rises. Even if talking begins after a minute, the tone is different. Conflict needs its own mindful forms. Agree that anyone can ask for a pause when voices rise. When a pause is called, both people breathe and walk slowly to the window and back, or drink a sip of water before speaking again. This is a tiny practice with large effects. It interrupts the automatic escalation and lets both nervous systems reset. When you return, use short sentences about your own experience. I felt lonely when, and listen for the feeling underneath the words you hear in return. If anger is still hot, follow Thich Nhat Hanh's counsel and wait. To postpone a conversation until calm returns is not avoidance. It is care for the relationship's soil. Small daily kindnesses also carry spiritual weight. A sincere thank you, a hand on the shoulder in passing, a shared joke that breaks a dark mood. These water seeds of joy. Joy is not shallow. It is a form of wisdom that remembers the good even while working with the hard. In true love, Thich Nhat Hanh calls joy one of love's 4 essential elements. Homes that practice joy have more resilience when grief comes. Finally, let rest be part of love's language. Exhaustion makes every tender conversation brittle. Build in moments of silence, short walks without phones, early bedtimes when possible. Teach children and partners that rest is not a reward for finishing everything. It is a condition for living well. In How to Relax, Thich Nhat Hanh reminds us that deep healing needs rest. A family that honors rest is a family that can listen. The wider field, love that includes the world. Mindful parenting and mindful, intimate love do not end at the doorway of a house. Their energy spills outward. A parent who has learned to breathe with a crying child can breathe with a frightened neighbor. Partners who have trained in deep listening can listen in their workplace without defensiveness. The home becomes a small monastery, not in the sense of rules, but in the sense of radiating a steady quality of presence. This is engaged love, love that includes society, the earth, and future generations. Thich Nhat Hanh's teaching on interbeing gives this expansion its shape. We inter-are. There is no private happiness that does not touch the wider web, and no private suffering that is untouched by that web. When we strengthen patience, compassion, and understanding at the kitchen table, we are contributing to the conditions that make peace possible in schools, offices, clinics, and streets. When we train ourselves to speak lovingly and to listen deeply, we reduce the violence of our language in public life. When we teach children gratitude for the food and the rain, we plant seeds of care for the earth. This is not abstract idealism, it is practical causality. Because we inter-are, we also need support beyond our own willpower. Join or form a small group that practices mindful breathing, mindful speaking, and mindful listening. Attend a family retreat when possible. Read aloud together for a few minutes before bed, lines from Pieces Every Step or short teachings from True Love, so that the imagination is watered by calm images rather than by relentless scrolling. Let the body learn that there are many ways to be human, and that soft strength is one of them. The fruit of all this is not perfection. The fruit is a home where repair is possible, a partnership where truth can be told without fear, and a childhood where love is felt as steady ground. The fruit is also a heart that becomes more hospitable to the whole world, more patient with strangers, more tender with elders, more courageous in the face of suffering. Thich Nhat Hanh says in True Love that when love is real, it makes us happy. He does not mean constant delight. He means the deep gladness of living in alignment with understanding. That kind of happiness is contagious. It moves through a city quietly, like the scent of tea on a cold morning. To take up parenting and intimate love as spiritual practice is not to add pressure to already full lives. It is to discover that the life you are already living is the practice. Your living room is a meditation hall when you bring your breath there. Your evening walk is a pilgrimage when you place your feet gently. Your next conversation is a chance to heal a small piece of the world when you arrive with kindness. If you forget, begin again. Thich Nhat Hanh never tires of this instruction. Come back to the in-breath, come back to the out-breath. The path is made of small returns, so let this chapter end where love begins. Stop for a moment. Feel the contact of your feet with the floor. Relax your shoulders. Soften your eyes. On the next in-breath, silently say, I am here. On the next out-breath, silently say, for you. Then step into the room where your life is waiting. This is mindful parenting. This is mindful love.